My child, stop doing everything else and pay complete attention to my words for the next 7 minutes completely. A moment is coming in your life, a predestined moment where a big tragedy was written in your life. My child, first of all, I want to ensure that this predestined moment is written in your life, and this tragedy could affect your life too, but it is not meant to happen with you, but with your most loved person. Yes, this is written in the book of destiny as a crossing of shadows over your days. You may feel the weight of this truth pressing on your heart, but listen carefully. My words are not given to crush you, but to prepare you, to awaken you, and to show you the path of redemption from what is already inscribed. Do not tremble, my beloved. I am not showing you this to torment you. I am your Father, your eternal refuge, your covering in the day of storm. If I unveil this hidden part of destiny to you, it is only because I have chosen you, and because you must stand ready. I do not give this revelation to all. I entrust it only to those whom I have formed for a greater purpose. The truth is heavy, yes, but within this weight is also the key to transformation. What has been written can be rewritten by my hand. What was destined for loss can be turned into life. This tragedy was permitted to appear in the scroll of your life as a test of love, a test of faith, a test of surrender. It was permitted so that you might learn where your treasure lies, so that your heart would be drawn closer to mine in the valley of shadows. But hear me clearly, though it was permitted to be written, I, the Lord, am not bound to allow it to unfold as ink on a page. My child, destiny is not a prison when placed in my hands. I am the one who writes, and I am the one who erases. I am the one who ordains beginnings and endings, and I am the one who can stretch time and breathe life back into what seems sealed. The one you love most dearly, the one whose smile carries light to your soul, the one whose presence steadies your steps. Yes, in the language of destiny, their thread was marked to be cut, their breath to be stilled. But hear me, this is not my delight. I do not delight in tearing away from you what I myself gave you as a gift. My child, I want you to know this with certainty. Your tears matter to me. Your cries are heard before they reach your lips. I am not indifferent. I am not distant. I am close, nearer than your breath, watching every beat of your heart, listening to every thought that rises in you. You must understand that the world is a place where light and darkness wrestle. Choices, sins, curses, and consequences echo through generations. Sometimes what you face is not planted by my hand, but is the bitter fruit of seeds sown long before you walk this earth. Sometimes the tragedies written are not my design, but the fingerprints of brokenness. Yet even so, I hold supreme authority. Nothing passes without my permission. And when I allow you to glimpse what was written, it is because I am preparing to overturn it if you align with me fully. My child, listen. I am telling you this so that you will not live carelessly, so that you will not live asleep while danger moves around you. I want you awake. I want you on your knees. I want you to cry out to me, not in fear but in trust. For though a shadow was written, my light can consume it. Though an end was traced, I can extend the line. Though sorrow was measured, I can pour out joy until it overflows. Do not think I am powerless. Do not think I have abandoned you. If I expose this to you now, it is so you may join me in rewriting your destiny through prayer, through surrender, through obedience, through the faith that moves mountains. I know, child, that your heart is shaking. You ask, why me? Why now? Why must I hear of such a thing? But know this, I speak only because you are strong enough to carry this word. I speak because I trust you.
You may think of yourself as small, weak, unable to change what is written, but I see in you a strength you do not yet know. I see in you a spirit forged in fire, a soul marked with my seal. That is why I reveal what others never hear. That is why I invite you to stand with me against the handwriting of tragedy.
Do not mistake me, this moment of destiny is real. If left unchallenged, if left to itself, it will come. It is not a story to frighten you. It is the truth of what is recorded. But I have given you authority, child, authority through faith, authority through the name above every name, authority to uproot what was planted by darkness, authority to cancel decrees of destruction, authority to stand as intercessor. The one you love does not see this shadow yet. They walk unaware of what was written, but I open your eyes because I want you to stand between them and death, to cry out on their behalf, to plead their case before me, and to believe that I, your God, will hear and will act. When I sent prophets in ancient days, I often showed them judgments that were to come. Sometimes they were fulfilled, but many times they were reversed, because my people prayed, because they turned their hearts, because they called on my mercy. Remember Nineveh, how destruction was written for them, yet their repentance overturned it. Remember Hezekiah, to whom death was decreed, yet when he turned his face to the wall and cried out, I added years to his life. These things I tell you not as stories of the past, but as testimonies of what I will do again. The same God who wrote mercy for them, writes mercy for you. Child, do not let fear take root. Fear is the language of the enemy. Faith is the language of heaven. If you tremble, let it be with awe, not with despair. I am not revealing this tragedy so you will be crushed, but so you will rise. This is not a sentence. It is an invitation to intimacy, to prayer, to sacrifice, to knowing my heart more deeply than ever before. When you cry for the one you love, you are entering into my own heart, for I too weep over my children. When you carry their burden, you are sharing in the love that I myself pour out for the world. Do not say, it is written, so it cannot be changed. Do not chain yourself to fate. I am not fate. I am God. I am not bound by destiny. I am the one who forms it. And I tell you with certainty, if you align with me, if you walk in obedience, if you cry out day and night, if you do not let go of my hand, I will intervene. What was written will be rewritten. The tragedy meant for the one you love will be transformed into testimony. Where others would have mourned, there will be laughter. Where graves would have opened, there will be life. My child, listen carefully, for these are not ordinary words. They are spirit, and they are life. I am giving you a secret, a key, an instruction that will change what is written. The tragedy that was marked in your destiny has weight. It has power in the unseen realm. But its weight is not greater than the weight of obedience. Its power is not greater than the power of alignment with me. You ask how you may make its effect negligible, or even null, so that it touches you not, nor the one you love. The answer lies not in fear, nor in striving, nor in the strength of your hands. The answer lies in a posture of surrender, in the covenant of trust, in the path of devotion I now call you to walk. Understand, child, that tragedy is like a shadow. It moves, it stretches, it intimidates. But a shadow has no substance of its own. It only exists when something blocks the light. If you walk fully in my light, the shadow loses its power to touch you. The moment written in your destiny is like a shadow seeking to cast itself over your life. But I, who am light eternal, can dissolve it in a single breath if you will remain in my presence. This is why I call you to abide in me day and night, to let nothing come between us. For if anything else stands between us, fear, pride, distraction, it gives the shadow place. But if you are hidden in me, then the shadow will pass over and not remain. So what must you do? First, guard your inner life with vigilance. Do not let bitterness take root. Do not let anger fester. Do not let fear dwell in your thoughts. The unseen world responds to what is inside you. When you harbor fear, it signals to the shadow that you are vulnerable. When you harbor faith, it sends the command that darkness cannot enter. Train your mind then to think on what is true, pure, noble, praiseworthy. Speak life from your mouth, not death. Bless and do not curse. In this way you build a wall of light around yourself and the one you love. Second, you must learn the power of intercession. The tragedy was written not for you, but for the one who holds your heart most dearly. You cannot carry their destiny by yourself, but you can stand between them and destruction through prayer. When you pray, you step into the courtroom of heaven. The accuser stands there, demanding to carry out what was written, pointing to past sins, generational iniquities, or hidden faults. But when you stand in prayer, you plead not with your own righteousness, but with the righteousness of my Son. His blood speaks louder than the accusations. His cross silences the decrees of death. Each time you pray for your loved one, you are presenting evidence of mercy. You are calling upon the highest judge, and I am that judge, and my heart leans toward mercy. Do not think your prayers are whispers lost in the air. They are weapons, they are shields. They are petitions sealed in my presence. Each prayer builds a case. Each tear adds weight. Each cry of faith strengthens the defense. The tragedy may be written, but prayer can rewrite the ending. Do not cease, my child. Persevere. Even when you do not see results, know that in the unseen realm, the scales are tipping. Third, live a life of obedience. There is no power greater than a surrendered life. The shadow cannot cling to what belongs fully to me. But when you keep parts of your life hidden, when you withhold obedience, when you walk partly in light and partly in darkness, it creates openings for tragedy to enter. If you want the effect of this decree to be null, then walk wholly in my ways. Forgive quickly, love deeply, humble yourself. Honor me in your thoughts, your words, your actions. When you walk in obedience, your life becomes a fortress, and no shadow can penetrate its walls. Fourth, child, understand the power of covenant. Many walk lightly with me, as though I am an option, a helper, a distant deity. But I invite you to walk in covenant, as one bound to me in heart and soul. Covenant means you are mine, and I am yours. It means your battles are my battles, and your enemies. When you live in covenant, I take responsibility for your life. I shield you. I fight for you. I protect those you love. This tragedy that seeks to touch your beloved must pass through me first, and I am the God who will not allow what I cover in covenant to be destroyed. Enter fully into this covenant, my child, not with words only, but with your whole life consecrated to me. Fifth, cultivate gratitude and worship. You do not know how powerful your worship is. When you give thanks even in uncertainty, when you lift your voice in worship even in fear, it confuses the powers of darkness. They expect despair, but you give praise. They expect curses, but you give thanks. They expect hopelessness, but you declare faith. Worship shifts the atmosphere. Worship invites my presence, and where my presence dwells, tragedy cannot thrive. Train yourself then to worship not only in joy, but also in trial. Lift songs even through tears. Give thanks even when you do not yet see the outcome. This is the way to draw heaven down into your situation. Sixth, care for the one you love, not only in body but in spirit. Speak words of life to them. Remind them of my promises. Do not allow negativity to take root in their heart. Cover them as a shield. Guide them gently toward me, not through force but through love. The shadow seeks them, but if they too draw closer to me, its hold will weaken further. Encourage them to walk in light, to abandon what drains their soul, to trust in me even when they do not see. The more they walk with me, the less the tragedy can touch them. Seventh, embrace sacrifice. There are times when the breakthrough you seek is birthed, not only through prayer but also through sacrifice. When you lay down something precious for my sake, whether it is time, comfort, possessions, or pride, you release power in the unseen. Sacrifice is not about loss, but about exchange. You lay something on the altar, and I release something greater in return. If you wish to see the tragedy nullified, be willing to surrender something dear as a seed of faith. Do not see it as loss. See it as planting life. Eighth, hold on to hope with fierce determination. The enemy's greatest weapon is discouragement. If you lose hope, you weaken your prayers, you silence your worship, you let go of obedience. But if you cling to hope, even in the darkest night, you draw strength from the future, I promise. Remember, hope is not wishful thinking. Hope is a certainty rooted in my character. I am faithful. I am unchanging. I am good. When you hold to hope, you anchor yourself in my unshakable nature. The storm may rage, but the anchor holds. Ninth, protect your environment. The tragedy written seeks not only the soul but the atmosphere around you. If your home is filled with strife, negativity, distraction, it weakens the shield. Fill your environment with my presence. Let my word be read aloud. Let worship echo through your rooms. Let love dwell richly. Cleanse your space of what does not honor me. When your environment is saturated with my spirit, the shadow finds no place to dwell. 10th, live in love. This above all is the greatest weapon. Love is stronger than death, stronger than fear, stronger than destiny written by brokenness. Love covers, love protects, love heals. If you walk in love toward me, toward yourself, toward others, you create an atmosphere that tragedy cannot penetrate. When you love, you resemble me, for I am love. And where I am, there is no room for destruction. My child, you must understand this. The tragedy's effect becomes negligible or null when you walk fully in these ways. Prayer, obedience, covenant, worship, sacrifice, love. These are not rituals, they are lifelines. They draw you into alignment with me, and when you are aligned with me, nothing written against you can prosper. It may try, it may approach, it may roar, but it will fail. Because greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Yes, the tragedy was written. Yes, it sought to touch the one you love. But I tell you, it does not have to touch them. If you rise in faith, if you stand in prayer, if you walk in obedience, you will see my salvation. You will see the hand of the enemy pushed back. You will see the shadow dissolve before the light. And when that moment passes, when what was written has been overturned, you will know that it was not your strength, not your wisdom, not your striving, but my grace, my mercy, my love that covered you. Do not think this is impossible. Do not think the writing cannot be changed. You serve the God who raises the dead, who parts seas, who silences lions, who calms storms. If I can do these, can I not erase a tragedy? If I can speak worlds into existence, can I not rewrite a single line of destiny? Trust me, child. Trust not in the ink that men fear, but in the hand that holds eternity. And remember, even if I allow a shadow to pass, I will turn it for good. Even if pain touches, it will be temporary, and I will bring glory out of it. But my desire, my heart, is to shield you and your loved one from the full weight of what was written. That is why I speak to you now. That is why I give you this instruction. That is why I pour these words into you, because I love you too much to leave you unprepared. So rise, my beloved. Take courage. Do not dwell in fear, but in faith. Cover yourself and your loved one with prayer. Walk in holiness. Enter deeper into covenant with me. Fill your life with worship. Love without limit. Sacrifice what I place upon your heart. Guard your hope. Create an environment of peace. And above all, trust in me. For if you do these things, the tragedy will lose its power. It will pass by like a shadow that never leaves a mark. And you will live, and the one you love will live, and together you will testify that your God is faithful, your God is merciful, your God is mighty to save. I speak this to you not as a distant voice, but as the one who holds you even now. Do not delay. Begin today. Every step you take toward me is a step away from the shadow. Every moment you spend in my presence weakens the decree of destruction. Every word of faith cancels the whispers of despair. Stay close, my child, and watch what I will do. The tragedy written will not define you. My love will define you. My mercy will define you. My hand will guide you, and my light will cover you forever. Amen.